Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're inviting you to think about something most of us probably just walk right past,
Yeah.
a local post office.
Right. Seems ordinary.
Exactly. But what if that building, that unassuming place, actually held this really profound story?
Mm-hmm.
What if it wasn't just, a spot to mail a letter, but
Mhm.
more like a living monument, a testament to a real trailblazer and community spirit?
That's precisely the journey for today's deep dive. We're looking into the James Cruz Post Office right here in Kansas City.
Okay.
And it's really not just about the bricks and mortar. It's more like a vibrant thread in the community's fabric, a
Yeah.
place where one man's pioneering journey still echoes.
So our mission today really is to unpack that incredible story, the story of James Cruz, Kansas City's very first African-American mail carrier.
Yeah.
We want to trace his legacy, right, through the post office, named for him, the postal workers there now who carry on his work,
Yeah.
and also the support systems that help them out.
Absolutely. We'll see how his spirit, opened doors and fostered this tradition of solidarity that's, well, it's still thriving.
And we've got some good sources for this.
Oh, yeah. We've pulled together quite a bit. Various historical accounts. We dug into community records and got some really valuable insights from people who, really know the James Cruz station.
And, for me, this one feels particularly personal. It brings back a lot.
Oh.
Yeah. I actually carried mail out of the James Cruz station myself for, over 7 years.
Wow.
As a city carrier, Branch 30, right here in KC.
So you really know it firsthand.
I do. Walking those same routes, dealing with that Missouri weather.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, and building those relationships with the folks on the road. It gave me this real appreciation for the hard work,
Yeah.
And the camaraderie there. It's palpable.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, there was this real sense of pride, serving from a station named for a pioneer like him. It was like a daily reminder, serve the community with integrity, build those bonds just like Cruz did.
That's a powerful connection. So let's start there with the man himself, James H. Cruz.
Okay.
Born around 1859. And he made history in Kansas City, hired in 1883 as a substitute letter carrier.
1883.
Yeah.
Wow. The first African-American mail carrier in the city.
The very first. Think about that.
That must have taken incredible courage back then. And he wasn't just delivering mail, was he? I mean, what else was he involved in? Did he have a wider impact?
Oh, absolutely. That's where his story really opens up. He was way more than a mail carrier, a really respected community leader.
Like how?
Well, get this. He was one of only 5 black delegates from Kansas City to the early NAACP national conventions.
No kidding. Early NAACP.
Yeah.
Right.
And he was instrumental, really helped establish a YMCA on the Paseo,
Right.
which became this crucial hub for black residents, offering services, a safe space, really vital.
So a lifetime of service, truly. Nearly 47 years with the post office.
Almost half a century. He
Yeah.
retired in 1930.
And built this reputation, right? As a dedicated public servant, but also a civil rights pioneer. Someone who lifted others up.
Exactly. Became a beloved figure in local history, which makes it, really fitting that his name is literally etched in history on that building.
Yeah, the James Cruz station. And you mentioned something about that being unusual, naming a post office after a rank-and-file employee.
Extremely unusual, especially back then. It really tells you something about his status, his legacy.
Right, because normally it's like postmaster generals or politicians.
Precisely. Not your everyday carrier. So how did it happen? Well, in 1953, they opened a new postal substation
Okay.
in the historic 18th and Vine district, and they explicitly named it the James Cruz Station.
Groundbreaking, you said.
Absolutely groundbreaking. The first time a KC postal branch was named for an individual employee. Huge pride point for the community.
And I remember reading the community push for this, the NAACP.
That's right. Local NAACP leaders had been advocating for years to get a post office in that growing black community.
Makes sense.
And the postmaster at the time, he even said the James Cruz station would fill, quote, a long overdue need in the Negro community, providing full first-class services right there.
Filling a real need.
And another bit of history tied to it, the station's very first supervisor, B.H. Muldrew.
Okay.
He was also a history maker. He'd been the first African-American window clerk in Kansas City, then got promoted to run the Cruz station.
Wow. So pioneers all around.
Pretty much.
And the station, it's still going strong today, right?
Right.
Just at a different location.
It's still operating. Now it's at 2201 E Truman Road, but still the James Cruz Post Office carrying on that name and legacy.
That's fantastic. So The legacy isn't just the name on the sign.
Not at all. It's alive. It's in the people working there now.
And carriers, the clerks.
Right. Members of the NALC, the National Association of Letter Carriers, their local chapter is Heart of America Branch 30.
Yeah, Branch 30, my old branch.
Ah, right. Well, they take immense pride in continuing that legacy. Service, solidarity, just like Cruz.
And that solidarity piece, that's still very real there, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, generations of carriers from Branch 30 have worked out of Cruz, delivering mail in the same areas he did.
And they've built a really strong union culture there. You see it all the time.
How so?
Well, for example, you often find veteran carriers at James Cruz also serving as union stewards.
Right. Mentoring the new folks, fighting for their rights.
Exactly. There's this one story, a longtime Branch 30 steward at Cruz spent nearly 20 years carrying mail from that station.
Okay.
And he spent that time fighting for his coworkers, helped, countless letter carriers, clerks, even custodians.
With what kind of things?
Oh, everything.
Yeah.
From helping them enroll in the Federal Thrift Savings Plan, that's like their 401k.
Right, the TSP. Important stuff for retirement.
Crucial to resolving really complex workplace issues, grievances, you name it.
That sounds like the cruise station I remember, that like family atmosphere, really looking out for each other.
It mirrors James Cruz's own care for his community, doesn't it?
It really does. And today, the folks there, carriers and clerks, they're still providing that reliable service to the 64127 area code, upholding that legacy. Excellence, unity, public service.
And importantly, that legacy of care, of solidarity, it also extends to making sure the workers themselves are supported, especially, when things go wrong, like a workplace injury.
Absolutely critical. And having been a carrier, I know how tough that can be. Getting injured on the job, navigating that whole federal workers' comp system, it's daunting.
It's a real maze. Complex paperwork, deadlines, specific procedures.
Yeah, Department of Labor stuff, OWCP.
Exactly, the Office of Workers' Compensation programs. It's tough if you don't know the ropes.
So having support is key.
Crucial. And that's where specialized places like Restore Muscle and Joint come in. It's a federal injury clinic here in Kansas City, actually founded by you.
That's right. We saw the need. Federal workers, including lots from James Cruz and other stations, needed help navigating that system when they got hurt.
And it's become a real ally for them, helping postal carriers specifically. You guys know the job. You know the process.
We try. We help them get their injury claims accepted, get the right treatment, guide them through the DOL paperwork.
Like making sure they get that CA-16 form right away.
Exactly. That guarantees 60 days of paid medical care, takes the immediate pressure off. And we offer free claims assistance. The goal is nobody should be fighting the system alone or getting stuck with medical bills for a legitimate work injury.
And that support, it's not just for Cruz Station, right? It's for any federal worker in the area.
Any federal worker, yeah. We understand the challenges Branch 30 carriers face, and we know how to work with OWCP to get those legitimate claims approved.
It really reinforces that whole principle, doesn't it? Just like James Cruz fought for his community.
Now, the community, in a way, has resources to fight for the well-being of those carrying on his work.
Ensuring people get the medical care and the benefits they actually deserve.
Yeah.
So wrapping this up, this deep dive, it really shows the many layers of James Cruz's legacy.
Right. From his own pioneering steps, his community leadership,
to this living tradition of service, solidarity, and support that continues today at the post office with his name on it.
And I think the real insight, maybe, is how Cruz's early advocacy, fighting for his community back then.
Yeah.
It wasn't separate from the work. It laid the groundwork, really, for the kind of solidarity you see in Branch 30 now.
Mm-hmm. Fighting for community well-being extends to fighting for worker well-being.
Exactly. It's all connected. It kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it, what other hidden legacies are out there in places we see every day, seemingly ordinary buildings or institutions.
Yeah, waiting to be uncovered. Reminders of how everyday heroes like a mail carrier can leave such a lasting mark.
Through dedication, through advocacy, even just through the simple act of serving others, something to think about.